Hello, hello, and welcome back for another adventure in the cookie jar. Today we're doing the fourth recipe from the Blackberry Pie Murder. It is Grandma's Buttermilk Pie. I'm actually not sure what this is supposed to be. I'm thinking it's going to be like a custard, maybe. But we are preheating the oven to 350 degrees. You are going to want a graham cracker crust, a shortbread crust, or a 9-inch deep dish pie shell baked according to package directions. You're going to want 6 tablespoons of salted butter, room temp, 1 cup of brown sugar, 2 large eggs separated, a quarter cup of all-purpose flour, a tablespoon of fresh lemon or lime juice, a quarter teaspoon of nutmeg, a quarter teaspoon of cardamom, a quarter teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 cup buttermilk, room temp. So it does have 4 notes on this recipe. The first one is, Sally said her chef's grandmother preferred this pie in a graham cracker crust. Personally, I like it in any of the above crusts. The second note is, Sally uses an electric mixer when she does this. You can also do it by hand, but it takes a bit of muscle. Your third note is, I use a rubber spatula to do this. The object is to incorporate the buttermilk batter, but to leave as much air as possible in the whipped egg whites. The last note is, when Sally serves this pie, the lake eaten in, she centers the wedges on pie plates and decorates the rim of the pie plate with raspberry sauce and lemon or lime sauce. She also brings a bowl with sweetened whipped cream to the table. When I serve it at home, I don't get that fancy. I simply place a mint leaf on top of each slice, and I double the recipe when I serve it to Mother. Even though it's not chocolate, she's crazy about it. Perhaps it's because she's always wanted to be a Southern belle, and please don't tell her I said that. So, that being said, everything's laid out. Let's get started. This is all of our ingredients. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is combine our butter and our sugar. We're going to add our flour, lemon juice, nutmeg, cardamom, vanilla, and the salt. And we're just going to slowly pour in the buttermilk. I'm not sure entirely what happened here. It was like cohesive until I got the buttermilk in, and now it's chunky. I'm not quite sure what happened. This sometimes happens with cookies, but once you add the flour, it blends in and you don't notice it. But that's not going to happen with this. I don't know. We're going to keep going, though. I am going to transfer it out of this bowl because we're whipping egg whites next, and I need my bowl. Now we whip it until we have soft peaks. I believe we have soft peaks because it says it droops, and that clearly... So now is the part I believe everyone hates. This to this, whatever. But they should be the same temperature. They should both be about room temperature. So I don't see why you would need to temper it. It does have instructions in it that if your buttermilk is not room temperature, you can pop it in the microwave for like 20 seconds. But that says room temperature, not heated up or warm. So I'm wondering if it is supposed to be like hotter, warmer, and that is why it's seized up with the butter. Maybe. Otherwise, that's the only thing that really explains why this separation happened to me. We're going to work with it. We're going to see what happens. We're on for the journey because it didn't say you had to. It just said it needed to be room temperature, which I used the buttermilk powder, and the water I used has been sitting on the counter all night. So that should be room temperature, theoretically, in the process of things. But moving on, it says to take a small amount of the egg whites and mix it into the buttermilk mixture until it's incorporated. And then you're going to reverse directions, taking the egg whites and folding them into, buttermilk pie into egg whites, and the tempered egg whites into the buttermilk pie. Yeah, I read that right. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know if I've succeeded or not. I never do with these things. It just feels like one more thing that's not really mixing in. We're going to call that. I have no idea if I'm anywhere close to what it's supposed to be. The next thing it says is to pour this into our pie shell. So very, very carefully, actually. We're going to get our tray first. We're going to put that on the tray. That way it's easier to get into the oven. It looks a hot mess. We're going to bake it for 45 minutes until it's just barely jiggly. It said 45 to 50. I gave it 45. I'm really hoping that's like a caramelization and not a burn. It does look good. It does look kind of custardy. I'm going to dip it into this blackberry jam. Okay. All honesty, it by itself tastes like pumpkin pie. Like a really good pumpkin pie. It's actually really, really good. I was concerned when it looked separated, but this is actually really good. If you dyed this orange and told me it was pumpkin pie, I'd believe you. I think if you had used a gingerbread crust, I used the shortbread one, but I think if you had used a gingerbread crust, it would have even more tasted like a pumpkin pie because you'd have that extra layer of those pumpkin spices into it. So, final thoughts. It is really, really good. It is great by itself. I took a straight bite. It's got those warm, wonderful flavors to it with all those spices. It does taste a lot like a pumpkin pie. But when you mix it with that blackberry sauce, it just adds to it. And I feel like it's a good base for any kind of jam. If you got like an apple butter, I think they mentioned a raspberry or lemon and lime curd. It's just like a great vessel to add any kind of fruit-based sauce to, and it's just going to enhance that sauce. I think, again, a whipped topping or like a scoop of ice cream. Like if you put this in the microwave for like 30 seconds and add a scoop of vanilla ice cream, again, I think that would be fantastic with this. So 10 out of 10. Next week, we're going to be making cream cheese and herb scones. So if you're interested in that, join us next week. I hope you have a good one.